be here as we talk about my friend. To be part of a celebration of a life. On behalf of the family, I want to thank everyone for coming and joining us as we remember and honor her. She was a woman with a free spirit. We'll talk a lot about that as we go along. A woman who lived her life seeking joy and love inside the world, without a doubt, a gift to everyone. Energy and zeal would describe her when when she impacted your life. When we impacted hers. Best described, recent post that was put up about just being a kind person inside of her life. Today we want to honor her and the God that knew her and designed her before the foundations of the world. A God who gave her a love for people, for nature, for plants, for all things natural. We just want to remind ourselves how really special she was. I do quite a few memorial services. And one of the things that continues to strike me is that it's times like this when we stop and really think how special people are. In the day of lives go on and we interact with people, we just sort of take them and their unique abilities and skills and hearts and everything for granted. When we stop at times like this, we're able to remember the uniqueness of the person. Once we miss them, we see what's missing. And for sure, Kathy was unique. She was Kathy. I never met anyone like her, really. She spoke in what I would call absolutes. When she said something, at that moment, she absolutely meant it. It was something that she felt. There was a force and a conviction in the way that she would impact you. When she was going in one direction, that was the direction she was going in. Strong-willed, determined, are some of the words that I would use. Some people might use stubborn in that description of her. She loved to live. She loved life. Even at the end when she was being attacked by cancer, she fought on her terms. She would have it no other way. That was the way that she lived her life. And today we're going to celebrate that life. To stop and remember who she was, the things that she did. And she would not want today to be a mopey thing, because she was not a mopey person. I don't know if that's a word or not. I just made that up. But that's really the truth. She was a person that took life with joy and went forward with. So today we celebrate. We have to recognize that there's a time of mourning, that there's been a loss. A special, unique person is gone, and life will not be the same for family and friends. But there will be a new normal, one that will lack Kathy her energy and her power. But today, and I think most importantly for each person here, we have to remember that today's a day of hope. Everyone that knew and loved Kathy, including myself, we have a hope that she's not with God. The reality is that none of us live forever. We're all on a timeline. We all have an expiration date. The older I get, the more I realize that. I look in the mirror every day to see if there's some kind of a barcode on my forehead, if this is the day. But we're to remind ourselves how short time on this earth is, how fleeting our lives are. And someday, at some point in the future, we'll all be gathered in a place like this, and they'll be putting our pictures on a screen. People will be talking about us and remembering us. We need to remember that our life is but a breath, the Bible says. When comparing to eternity, life here is really just a warm-up. It's just where we start. It's a transition point inside of our lives. All evidence points to a supernatural reality beyond this reality. The proof of the existence of God is all around us. The existence of the physical world we live in demands a beginning point. It demands an initiator, someone who said, "Let there be." And at that moment, the moment that we call the Big Bang, there was. We look at creation and